Hello there. So now we've selected our camera and we've done our basic setup of our camera. We're going to have a look at the pan, tilt and zoom control of the camera. So before we go into the pan, tilt and zoom control options in the camera settings, first of all we need to activate the pan, tilt and zoom control. So again, we're going to go back to the settings tab. We're going to go to camera and we're going to twirl down the camera options by clicking on the little plus box. And then we're going to go to the option that is labelled PTZ controller. Okay, so first thing is make sure you have internal PTZ controller selected. Remember, we're on port 4, so at the moment we don't have a general PTZ camera connected, we have an AKCP camera. So if we click the down arrow, you'll see that we have an AKCP pan tilt camera, not pan tilt and zoom. We're just using the pan tilt camera at the moment. Select that option and then click save. Okay, so that's all done. So now we can go straight back to the summary page. Make sure video 4 is selected. Okay, and then you'll notice the first of all is when you actually move the crosshair over the video window, it actually changes from a mouse arrow to a crosshair. Now by clicking anywhere in this image, it will actually move the camera. So for example, if we just want to have a look at the emergency lighting box on the wall over there, we can click it, and there you go. That is now the center of the frame, and we can move it anywhere we like, 360 degrees around the office. Now another way of doing that is actually going into the pan, tilt and zoom control options. So we will click that. Okay, and that brings up a new window. So again, you can click anywhere within this video window and it will move the camera. Or you can actually use the D-pad on the left hand side here. Now the arrows on the inner arrows here, if you click this, it will essentially move it 3 steps at a time, which is the increment at the top of the page here. Again, if we click the up arrow, it will move it 3 steps up, left, 3 steps left, and down, 3 steps down. Now the outer arrows will actually move the camera to the maximum of its axes in either direction. So if we click the up, you'll see that the camera goes to the maximum. If we click down, and so forth. And the same is with the left and the right. So we'll click right, and there we go. So let's move this back a little bit. So it's a fairly flexible system. You know, you can zoom in on any area that you choose to from the interface. Now the pan tilt increment at the top here, you'll notice that you've got an orange arrow that you can actually move left and right, and that essentially changes or increases and decreases the amount of degrees in which the camera moves when you click these inner arrows or the outer, well, just the inner arrows here. Now once now we've done that, we're actually going to have a look at the action table, which is below. Now what the action table does is it allows you to enter predetermined coordinates or a position in which you'd like the camera to focus on for any given time. Now essentially what that means, as an example, we'll go ahead and we will click add. Now what we're going to do is if we click somewhere in this video window, okay, as soon as we've done that, you'll notice that all these coordinates change, and we can click save. We've now entered an action, so we will go ahead and we will save the action, and we'll go ahead and add another one. So this time we will focus the camera further over here. Okay, and again we'll click save. So now we've entered 2 actions on our table, and we will click save action. Now once we hit run continuous, the camera will continually flick between those 2 points, focus, constantly recording, and you can have a whole sequence in which you'd like your camera to focus. So if we click Run Continuous, you can see that it's now flicking backwards and forwards between those 2 points for a period of 5 seconds. You can also change that within the action table options. So there you go, that's how it's done, very, very easy. We'll click off there. So in the main window, you can see now that it's still flicking between those 2 points. Nice and easy. And that's pretty much all there is to it.